Alright, so it's currently 5:30 a.m. and I'm going to try and keep my voice down a little bit so I don't wake up my neighbours. But yeah, so the reason I decided to start recording this video this early is basically I wanted to fit in a week's worth of practice into one day. So what I've been doing lately is I've been practicing for 10 hours every week trying to learn how to sweep pick. So what I'm trying to learn today is I want to go up and down with my sweep picking really quickly. So eventually, hopefully I'll get to a point where I can just sweep pick up and down really fast, like. And just do that like kind of thing, like. That's what I'm gonna try and make progress with today anyway. And the other thing I'm gonna practice is just going like really quickly both ways. So yeah, that's the idea. And so because I've already practiced for 10 hours this week, technically I will have practiced for 20 hours this week after today. So I'm not going to lie, my hands are already kind of sore from all the practice I've done this week, but I'm just going to push ahead anyway. So something I hope to get out today is just basically making a significant chunk of progress with what I'm trying to learn. Kind of interesting, the argument between consistency versus just dedicating a chunk of time to just trying to get something done. And I think like if you can do both, sometimes it might be like a good thing. The idea of just like doing 10 hours in one day is just like something I thought might be kind of interesting to try and do. Yeah, so before I get started, I wanted to share like a little story. So when I was a teenager, I used to work out and do weights with my brother and my dad. One day I got locked out of the house and there was no one home, so I was stuck for like 5 hours or 6 hours or something like that. Basically I just did weights for like 6 hours. And the reason I did that was just like to kill time. I had nothing else to do really. But it's just interesting because I don't know exactly how many sets I did, but I remember afterwards my brother used to say that I just like got a lot stronger than I used to be before that. I started like making a lot more progress with the weights than I had before that. Applying the same logic with what happened then, like just doing a big chunk of time like this will help me make significant progress. Just interesting to try out and see. So the plan of attack today is I'm going to do 4 hours of practice, take an hour break, get stuck into another 3 hours, have another hour break, get some food and all that, and then take on the last 3 hours. So yeah, I got nothing else on today, so I thought this might be a good opportunity to do this. It's actually New Year's Eve in a couple of days, so it's actually a pretty good time to try a little challenge like this. So I'm going to get stuck into the first 4 hours of practice and then check back in. Okay, so that's the first 4 hours done. Yeah, it was pretty tough, but also wasn't too bad. The first hour was definitely the hardest, which is surprising. Like you'd think it'd be hour 3 or 4, but yeah, I think like just knowing that you still got another 4 hours to do makes it kind of a lot more tricky. Like the last hour was tough as well because I was just ready to like do something else. Hours 2 and 3 weren't actually that tough for some reason. Like I just got in the zone. Alright, so I finished the 10-hour session. I'm recording this the next day because I just had something come up. I wanted to record it yesterday, but I just couldn't. But I wrote some notes of things I thought about while I was doing it, so yeah, I'll just rattle them off. The first thing is, I'm not sure whether I'd recommend doing it or not at this point. At the time I was thinking I'm probably not going to do this again anytime soon. But now that it's over and it's the next day, I've been like thinking it wasn't so bad as much. I felt a bit sleep deprived during the second session. Like I didn't get many hours of sleep the night before. I only got like a few hours at most. And I was feeling really sleep deprived and I was almost trying to fight to stay awake as I was just playing the same repetitive thing. At one point I swear I almost had a hallucination where I was looking at a chair at the corner of my eye and it just looked like there was an animal like lurking around outside, and that was just a weird thing that happened. And so after that I had a coffee
in the next break. I might have just overcompensated with the caffeine because I was feeling like pretty jittery in the third session, but that only lasted like an hour or so. Last session just seemed to go on forever. Like that was like 3.5 hours that session. At about hour 8, my hand started really seizing up, and like my left hand, that is. Surprisingly, my right hand wasn't really getting sore at all. It was just mainly my left hand. And it would go through cycles where my hand would seize up for like 20 minutes and then it would be fine again. And it just kind of kept doing that. I thought it might take a couple of days for my hand to recover properly, but it actually feels almost completely fine today. Like I did another hour of practice today and it was pretty much completely fine. So that was funny. So like I said, I'm not sure whether like it's worth doing or not, like 10 hours in one day, because like it might just be better to fit those hours across a few days or something like that. Just, I'm not sure whether the juice is worth the squeeze. You get enough out of it to warrant putting yourself through that, but I'll have more of an idea in about in a week or so, I reckon. Like hopefully like I'll know how much progress I made from by then. Oh yeah, here's another thing, like my right arm was kind of chafing against the guitar, like where I just have it resting on the body. So I had to get like another t-shirt and use it as a cloth to kind of protect it. That's pretty much it. Like, although I was thinking at the time this is really boring, but I'm pretty glad that I finished it, and like maybe I would do it again. I'm not sure, I need to think about it. But yeah, if I find that I actually made a lot of progress with it, like I actually got a fair bit better with what I was practicing, then I might do it again, who knows. So yeah, I think that about wraps it up anyway.